M3GAN 2.0 is out in theaters, sequel to the 2022 horror film about a killer robot doll, directed once again by Jared Johnstone. Returning cast of Alison Williams, Violet McGraw, Jenna Davis and Amy Donald, joined by Jermaine Clement and Ivana Sakno, who I was pleased to see again after she was Shin Hati in Ahsoka. 2 years after the events of the previous film, everyone has moved on, but the American military suddenly loses track of another new killer robot, Amelia, who goes rogue and begins tracking everyone who had a hand in its creation or design and killing them, meaning Gemma is one of the targets as well because the M3GAN designs were used. And in order to stop Amelia and save Gemma and Caddy, they all have to revive M3GAN, build her a new, better, taller body, and have the robots fight each other. So this is like a deranged, unhinged, off-the-rails version of Terminator 2. Not just because the killer robot from the first part becomes the good guy now, but also because the tone shifts completely in terms of what kind of a film it is. It shifts from a horror film to a straight-up sci-fi action movie, although in the case of M3GAN, compared to Terminator, there is a lot more comedy. It definitely leans into the funny aspects. Now, I sort of knew what to expect going in, but I was still surprised at how balls to the wall the movie went at times. There are moments when I thought to myself, really, what the hell is going on? In a kind of baffled, but good way. Unfortunately, I felt that the film doesn't fully commit to doing this for its full runtime. It takes a good while to get going, and even when it does, it is still kind of dragged down, especially by the character of Gemma, who remains an insufferable, annoying person whose only role this time seems to be to slow down the plot and make stupid decisions. It felt kind of like a modern Hollywood Godzilla movie, where I want to see the monsters fight, and instead I have to suffer through the human drama. The plot in general is rather awful. It has some potentially interesting seeds of ideas about AI in the modern world, but the execution is a bit silly. The dialogue is cheesy as shit, although sometimes that works for good, like M3GAN in general is sassy and ridiculous and crass, so I can accept it coming from her. But yeah, in case of the other characters, it didn't really work for me fully. I also think the violence, once again, seems to be a bit toned down. I would have loved to see a more ballsy cut. And the movie is definitely too long. At 2 hours flat, a film like this should be a neat 90 minutes, in and out. So I get what they were going for, but I think it's probably still going to be an okay movie to get drunk to with friends. But overall, it suffers in execution because, you know, mainly it just goes on for very long while seeming reluctant to fully commit to its insanity. When it does, it has some really fun, entertaining moments, but on the whole, I was not very impressed.